Good morning, everybody. How are you doing today? It's so nice to see the sun. Although the last few days has kind of been nice with the rain just to get my garden sprouting up. I've got a beautiful avocado tree that I now have a lot of little avocados on, so I'm excited about that. Today is day 16 of the challenge, and I'm going to be going through an arm workout with you. I've got 9 exercises. And the 10th one is more challenging. It's a lemon squeeze with the FLEXI band. Now I have 2 different strengths. I've got a really tough one and a really light one. I don't have one in between. If you have the same thing where you don't have all the different intensities that you want, some of these exercises you'll be using, working both arms. But if your light one is too light and you don't want to hold it so tight that you might rip it, then use your heavier FLEXI band and just do one arm at a time. So you can put it underfoot, and then you can adjust the intensity and just work one arm. The form is all the same. You're just going to switch then when you've got to go to the other arm. I am going to be doing both arms together. So you can always come back or stop it if you need to, if you've got to go to single arm and then catch up. So the first thing we're going to start with are bicep curls. I'm going to put the FLEXI band under my foot and I'm going to step into a little bit of a forward lunge. I'm not dropping my chest down. I'm keeping my abs in tight so my glutes are fired up, lower abs are fired up, the back is nice and straight. Don't let your head drop. You still want to keep nice alignment in your spine. So with your FLEXI band, you can feel it out to see how tough it is. Adjust. We're going for 10. Get a breath, and 1, and 2, 3. You can also do this sitting down. 4, and 5, and if you did so, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Tricep press. You can switch feet if you'd like, or just keep it under the same foot. Same forward lunge position. You're going to draw the elbows back and the shoulder blades back. Keep the elbows back there and exhale as you straighten the arms out behind you. 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. We're going to do a wide row. I'm going to switch FLEXI bands. We're using bigger muscles in the back of your shoulder, so you can handle a little bit more weight on this one. I'm going to be off on a diagonal here just so that you can see what I'm doing with my arms. Again, under one foot. Your wide row is elbows out to the side. So it's out there. You do not need to have the elbows go behind the body. We don't want to strain the back of the shoulder. So hold your grip firmly enough so that you can just get the elbows out to the side. And here we go for 10. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. How you doing? 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now we're going to do a low row, which is pulling the elbows back towards the waist. This one's okay to let the elbows go just a little bit behind, but you're not going to go crazy back there. Get a good breath, and 1. Keep the elbows close to the body, or the upper arm close to the body. 4, and 5, 6, 7. Keep the abs in. 8, 9, and 10. Good stuff. We're going to do some shoulder cap work. Go to your lighter FLEXI band for this one. Range of motion over brawn, as I always say. So make sure on any of the exercises you can get to your endpoint range of motion without straining yourself. And if you can't, then use a lighter flexi band. So for this one, again, I'm going to hold it under a foot. I can stand on with both feet if I'd like. In fact, I might as well. You're standing up nice and tall and straight, abs drawn in, glutes drawn in, hips slightly tucked under. Holding your flexi band and keeping the scapula down. You're going to get a breath and extend out to the side, just to shoulder height. You don't need to go up here. And reach it out. Just widen everything out. Remember, never let the flexi band whip your arms back. You've got to control that return. And 8, and 9, and 10. We're going to do similar but circle. We're going to come up in front, out and down, and 2, out and down, and 3. Remember, just to shoulder height. If you've got something going on in the shoulders, don't come quite up to shoulder height. Keep it a little bit lower. And now we're going to go the other way. Out, forward, and down. 2. Keep the abs in. 3. And 4. And 5. 5 in each direction. Okay, those are great. Rotation. We're going to get some external rotation. So you're going to hold your flexi band with one hand and just anchor that arm into your waist. You're going to pull the other elbow into the waist and you're opening out. When you open out, you don't want that elbow to come away from the waist. So keep that tension light enough that you can open as much as you can go without straining anything. And remember, don't let the flexi band whip you back. So we'll do 10 here. And 1, 2, 3. Keep that wrist nice and neutral. 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Again, you can do this sitting down. We'll do the other arm. I'm just on the edge of my chair, so I've got some room here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, keep that wrist nice and neutral. And 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You want to get internal rotation as well. So you would want to anchor one end of your flexi band on something. If you're standing, find something that's about waist height. To get your internal rotation, you're going to have to anchor your flexi band onto something. I just have the chair here. If you're standing up, you want to try to find something that's about waist height. And make sure it's a stable surface so that as you do your rotation, you're not going to pull whatever it is over. Pull the elbow into the waist and start with the arm open. You're going to get a breath and pull it across the body, open with control. 2, and open. And adjust that flexi band as you need to. 4, and back. 5, 6, and 7, 8. Anchoring this to a doorknob is not a bad idea as long as you secure it well enough. There's 10, and the other arm. Ready? Elbow into the waist and pull it across, open with control. 2, and 3, 4. Can you see all that? 5, and open. 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alrighty, good stuff. Pec press. Kind of what you'd be getting from a push-up. I'm going to use the heavier flexi band for this one. Again, you're using stronger muscles, so you can afford to go a little bit heavier. Put the flexi band around your back. And then get a grip. You can do this standing, or again, you can do this sitting. If you're more towards the edge of your chair, it'll force you to sit up a little bit taller. So get a good breath and reach it out. Control the return. Again, you don't need to come back to let those elbows go behind the body. So just control that. 4 and 5. Keeping the hands at about shoulder height. Remember, if you've got a shoulder thing going on, you can drop the hands a little bit below shoulder height. 9 and 10. Good stuff. Seated overhead. This is the one we do in the studio on the reformer, where we've got our hand in the strap and you're pushing overhead. It is a great movement to do. We always want to keep our range of motion in every direction. I'm going to use a lighter FLEXI band for this one. What you want to do is actually sit on your FLEXI band. Grab a handle on it. Again, you can check the tension, make sure it's just enough tension so that you can get to endpoint range of motion and don't let the arm whip you back. So with the hand beside you, palm facing forward, get a breath and side bend and reach and stretch at the same time, return with control. And 2. So you're trying to get your arm overhead as opposed to cutting in front of your face. So go where you can go, lighten up the FLEXI band if you need to. And 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. All right, other arm. Give it a check, make sure. All righty. Right angle at the elbow, sitting up nice and tall, get a breath. Exhale, side bend, then reach and stretch, return with control. And 2, and back. And 3, I always love this one. 4, and 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good stuff. Alrighty. So I did 10. It doesn't take long to do these, as you can see. If you want to do 15, go for 15. Just take it nice and easy. Remember, never let the FLEXI band whip your arm back out of any position. If you want to do 2 sets of 10, do that too. I'm going to now do the last exercise, which, as I've said, is a little bit more advanced. It's a lemon squeeze. It is a great way to work out those abs. In here. But it can be a little bit tricky with the position of your back. So I'm going to start with a heavier FLEXI band. For those of you that have not done these before, you may want to start with a heavier FLEXI band because it will help you get into position a little bit better, and it will give you a little bit more support. Then I'm going to switch to the lighter FLEXI band, so maybe I'll do 10. Going through your form, we'll stop, we'll get another 10. These can also be done without a FLEXI band when you're able to nail the position. So the bottom line with the lemon squeeze, you're on the mat, FLEXI band behind your feet. Your feet are going to be up off the mat and in nice and tight. Then you're going to extend your whole body, tucking the hips under to put the waistband of the pants on the mat. You're not arching the back and trying to go here. You want to stay looking at your feet or your knees, not up, because if you look up, your back is going to flatten out. So you're tucking the hips under to lengthen out and then pulling back in. Again, the FLEXI band will help pull you in. Hold it as tightly as you need to. When you lengthen out, your feet will always be at least at head height. Up here, they can be a little bit higher, and you can scoop out your body a little bit more. Pull yourself back up. You do not want your feet going low, because look what happens to your form. Alrighty, so let's go for 10. Get a good breath, and just lengthen and pull. 2 and pull. 3 and 4. Again, mind where you're looking. 6. Feet at least as high as your head. 8. Pull those abs in. 9 and 10. Great stuff. Builds up those abs nice and quickly. Going to go to a lighter flexi band. I may even drop this on the 5th one and do 5 without. As you get stronger with these and you're able to do a few more in good form, then with whatever flexi band you're holding, you're going to start to loosen your grip on it and hold it a little bit lighter. You may have to reduce the reps a little bit, but that's okay. That's kind of what you're looking for. Build those reps back up and then loosen the hold again. All right, we ready for 10 more? Get a breath and lengthen, pull. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nicely done. Those are great. You can build those up to as many as you like, but you have to be very mindful to not take it too much in your hip flexors. So you want to try to keep the toes relaxed, and that'll help you with that. Once you start feeling those hip flexors grip, stop and take a rest, and then you can regroup and go back and do some more. Alrighty, enjoy day 16. I'll see you guys tomorrow.